All right, welcome everybody to day two's award ceremony for all of our debate events here at the 2023 Online Fall Classic hosted by the Professional Speech and Debate Association. Thank you so much for joining me here on the live stream for our award ceremony. We'll get to those in just a minute. But I want to take a minute to first thank you to all of our judges who helped this tournament run so smoothly. Almost all of our rounds started on time and wrapped up very quickly, didn't have to track many people down for ballots. And so I really appreciate all of our judges doing such a great job today to help keep this tournament on schedule. I also want to thank all the coaches and parents who were supporting their students throughout the day. It could be such a high stress, high anxiety activity debating at a tournament. And with your support, I think our students had a really, really good time. So thank you to all of our coaches for attending and supporting your students throughout the day. And lastly, thank you to all of the students who competed today. You're the ones who are really doing the work to prepare to be here, waking up early, locking in and having a really competitive day in all of your debate rounds. And so there's many ways you could have spent your Saturday, but I'm really glad that, or your Sunday rather, but I'm really glad you decided to spend it here with us at the Online Fall Classic. My name is Blake Longfellow. I'm the founder of the PSDA and your tournament director today. And I really appreciate you all joining us today. In addition to running the PSDA, I am also a college coach. I coach at Concordia University, Irvine in Southern California. And quick plug, we do have scholarships available for speech and debate. So if any of you high school students are nearing the end of your career, you're a junior or a senior, and are interested in continuing to compete in speech and debate or looking for a way to pay for college, I really encourage you to reach out to me. You can reach me at blake.longfellow@cui.edu. Or if you just email me through the PSDA email, admin@prosda.com, I'll be happy to get back to you there as well. But we do have scholarships and would love to talk to you about continuing on at the next level. In addition to my work as director of individual events at Concordia University, Irvine, I'm also the founder of Hired Judge, which is one of our core sponsors today and is where we hired most of our judges that weren't associated with the team from. So any judges that you get a ballot from that say hired, they came from our sponsor, my company Hired Judge, which has about 2,200 judges across the country. And we provide judges for all kinds of academic competitions, primarily speech and debate. So if you're traveling to a tournament in the near future and want to save some money by hiring a judge in the city where you're traveling to, rather than having to pay for travel expenses and a hotel, or if you're just a parent who wants your Saturday back and doesn't want to judge at the next event, we encourage you to check out hiredjudge.com, where you can find judges for your upcoming competitions. With that, I'll move into just explaining a little bit about the Professional Speech and Debate Association and what we're hoping to do with these tournaments. The mission of the Professional Speech and Debate Association is to make speech and debate the most popular extracurricular activity in the world. And I think that's a noble mission with a couple of ways that we're going about getting there. The first and foremost is that we're creating a professional level of competition. So some of our tournaments have professional competitors competing in these events. So people that are past the age of even college competition that want to continue competing later into life. Some of those are people who competed in high school or in college. And some of those are people who never competed at all, but want to start developing their communication skills. And we have two divisions available to adults. The first is the novice division, which is for those people who maybe never competed in high school or in college, but want to gain these skills or start working on becoming a professional competitor. And that's the novice division. So you're able to compete against other people that are at a similar skill level. The other division that we have available is open, which is for people who have competed before. And not only do you get to continue developing your skills as a speech and debate competitor, but by competing in the open division, you're also eligible for cash prizes. So maybe that's coaches for your team, or some of you as you age out from high school or college and you want to continue staying involved and working on these skills, we encourage you to come back and compete in the open division. Or say you're a parent or someone else, a working adult who wants to develop these skills, we encourage you to register in the novice division so you can keep on doing those. And then even if you're not in that boat yet and you're still in elementary school through college and you want to continue competing, our next tournament is going to be the Online Winter Pro-Am. That's pro-amateur because there's amateur competition with elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, and then also pro. So that is on December 10th and 11th. very similar structure to today and to our tournament yesterday if you're attending that. And we encourage you to check us out. That is available on tabroom.com under PSDA Online Winter Pro-Am, again on December 10th and 11th. We hope to see you there. Back to explaining a little bit about the PSDA, the other way that we're going about making speech and debate the most popular extracurricular activity is by trying to make the job of a coach a little bit easier. As you all know, your coaches work incredibly hard. It can be a very thankless job at times. And a lot of the work involves having to volunteer or to work hours that they're not necessarily paid for. And so part of the design of our tournaments is to take that workload off of the coaches. So they're not being forced to help administer the tournament or run tab or manage ballot table or help room. All of that happens with our staff. So that way your coaches can focus on you and making sure that you have a wonderful tournament experience. So the second way that PSDA tries to grow speech and debate is making the life and the job of a coach a little bit easier so they can spend more time recruiting and coaching. And the final way that we help grow speech and debate is through advocacy. PSDA is an advocate for speech and debate at the state and federal level. As the season comes to a close, any profits that these tournaments make are then redirected towards lobbying to either encourage new schools to start programs or to fund teams or to help students get to nationals or other big tournaments that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford. And so you can feel good about attending PSDA tournaments knowing that your entry fees go to pay judges for their time and make sure that they're able to afford to come to these and continue judging and do a good job. And then also eventually those funds become advocacy efforts to help grow speech and debate as a whole. So again, our next tournament's December 10th and 11th. We really hope to see you all there. All right, let's get into some awards. We're going to start with Middle School Congress. And before we announce our top three in this category, I want to recognize our top elementary school competitors. So even though this was Middle School Congress, there was one competitor that entered in Elementary School Congress and then got bumped up to compete with the middle school competitors. So we want to recognize our top elementary school competitor today, which is from Modern Brain, and that's Ryan Kuo. Now moving on to our top three. And in Middle School Congress, we actually had a three-way tie today. Each round of competition, the students got judged in just slightly different ways. There was three judges that judged Middle School Congress today, and each of them ranked the competitors three different ways, which I think is awesome, showing that all of you did a really great job and we're at a really similar skill level. So that's great. Continue working. We're going to recognize these three, but they're in no particular order because, again, these are all tied for first place. So our first competitor that tied for first place is from Stratford Middle School, San Jose, and that's Anushka Shalimkar. Our second competitor that tied for first place today is from Modern Brain, and that's Jinghan Liu, which makes your third and final competitor that tied for first place today also from Modern Brain, and that's Max Lin. Congrats to all of our Middle School Congress competitors. Now we're going to move on to High School Congress. In third place for High School Congress, from Modern Brain, Evan Yao. In second place, from Modern Brain, Ulysses Su, which makes today's tournament champion in High School Congress from Modern Brain, David Zhang. Congrats to all of our High School Congress competitors. Now we're going to move on to High School Public Forum. And we had two students that advanced to the final round, but first I want to recognize our top middle school team competing today. So again, even though this is High School Public Forum, there was one team that was entered in Middle School Public Forum that got bumped up to compete with the high school competitors. So we're going to recognize them before we go on. Our top middle school team today is the team from Stratford Prep, Data and Patula. Congrats to our top middle school team, and we'll recognize our top two teams in High School Public Forum, which actually was a closeout. The same school had both the first place and second place teams. So technically these are both recognized as our finalists and as our champions today. But the team that I announced in second place went 2-1, so 2 wins and 1 loss. And the team that I announced in first place went 3-0 in prelims. They were undefeated today. So taking second place with a 2-1 record from Midlothian High School, Drake and Thomas. which makes your tournament champions in high school public forum going 3-0 undefeated today, also from Midlothian High School, Gurman and Weaver. Congrats to our high school public forum competitors. Now on to our final event of the day, which was Lincoln Douglas, high school Lincoln Douglas. We had a semifinal round for this. So first we'll recognize our 2 semifinalist teams in no particular order. First semifinalist is from Stratford Prep, and that's Dhruv Singh. Your other semifinalist in high school Lincoln Douglas is from Stratford Middle School San Jose, Anisha Chandra. Which brings us to our final round. And our final round for high school Lincoln Douglas was also a closeout. So we're going to recognize both teams or both competitors as our champions today in no particular order. But first, I'm going to recognize our top middle school competitor is one of those 2 teams. So again, a competitor that was entered in middle school Lincoln Douglas and then got bumped up to compete with high schoolers and then won the whole tournament, at least tying with their teammates. So our top middle school competitor today is from Stratford Prep, and that's Jay Berry. And along with them, closing out the final round for high school Lincoln Douglas, your other tournament champion is from Stratford Prep, and that's Alex Zhang. Congrats to all of our high school Lincoln Douglas competitors, and thank you to all of our competitors today, whether you're on this list of finalists or not. We really appreciate the hard work you put in to be here today, to compete at this tournament, and again, for spending your Sunday with us at this online Fall Classic tournament. I'll take one last chance to plug our next tournament, which again is December 10th and 11th. That's available on Tab Room now. You can check that out. We'll have the tournament invitation posted this next week, and we really hope to see you there. My name is Blake Longfellow from the Professional Speech and Debate Association. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care.